We're live. We have not been on here in so long.
Facts.
But we are getting ready to bring Bits of Tea back with another season, okay? And we decided to come on here and say hello and open up some discussion. So we're feeling a lot of, or we felt, no, I'm kind of still feeling it a little bit.
Yeah.
Definitely. Still feeling it.
Yeah.
But no, for real, guys, we had an experience today. Well, I should say Queen Jade, but more so. But I am here. I am involved. Yes. So we had an experience.
Yeah.
And we want to open up discussion to see if anybody else has had this experience and just kind of gain some insight and, like, you know, what resonates with you, what did you learn, takeaways, you know, things like that. So, let me mention this too. OTGs. We like to associate quote-unquote struggles or like problems, chaos, anything like that. We like to label it as OTGs, which mean opportunities to grow, right? So if we reference that, that's what it means, OTGs. So it was an OTG.
Yeah, this
was a big one.
An unaware one too.
Yeah.
For me anyway.
Do you want to start off, like, just giving them a little bit of insight on, like, what took place, like, briefly?
Oh man, where do we begin with that?
Let's begin at Black History Month. Oh my gosh.
Oh wow.
Oh my gosh.
As far as this month and the energy that it holds.
Yeah.
Like, and finally becoming aware of that.
Man, and is it just us, or are we all kind of feeling like the energy of our ancestors? Like, I'm gonna just say it like that, like feeling anything at all, like on the spectrum, and feeling like it's not yours, and feeling like, you know, why is this happening? Why am I like seeing this right now? Why is this in my experience? I'm not calling this in, like, what's going on? But yet you feel emotionally moved enough to take action some way around it, right? So this happened to us. Like, it happened to Jay. It happened to us. I'm weak.
It did.
I'm cracking up because, you know, going through it, being in it, in the midst of it is very, like, expansive. It's very intense. But when you get past it, you can look on it and laugh because it's theatrics. It's theatrical. Oh
my goodness.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, okay, briefly. You know, let us know what happened briefly. And it's not a big deal, guys, but this is just what happened to us. Like, this is just what came up for us.
I'm okay. So where to begin here?
Last night with the clients.
The black and white.
Okay. Right. The
energy of black and white.
The energy and the history.
And the history of black and white.
Right, and the conditioning and everything else within the realms of, you know, racial injustice. You know, so basically what had happened was we were in a session.
Yes.
Because for those of you who do not know, we are licensed massage therapists. We run a wellness center based out of the Tampa Bay area. And we were in session, beautiful session. And we decided to have this playlist on Spotify play because we fell in love with it. It's called, like, Morning Rhythm or something, like something meditation, something like that. But it's like jazzy, funky, you know, calming tunes, like really, you know, like dope music. And we had it on. It was a ton. The whole entire playlist. No, it wasn't the whole entire playlist. But it was a ton of people of color as artists, right? So black artists. And so, but this playlist is rocking. Like, it's like, you know what? we just gonna rock out to it because we vibing right now. Okay, cool. The session starts, and out of nowhere, the freaking playlist just starts playing the same like 3 to 6 songs in rotation, and these songs just happen to be about Black Lives Matter, like, you know, Black Power, like.
It was just kind of like, where did this come from?
And it was a great, all of them were great songs. You know what I'm saying? Amazing, dope tracks, you know, that already had played like 2 to 3 times. But it was just these select few. And it was odd because I hit the shuffle and everything. And
absolutely.
The music would not change, yo. And so, same music. That was irritating for this one over here. She was agitated instantly. Like, what is going on? And of course, the people we were working on were, you know, not of color. So it started there. And then, you know, the noise, right? So
terrible noise.
Just loud noise, right? That was the main one. That one took it home. And she was distracted at, you know, the last little tiny piece of the session, and still did a wonderful, wonderful job, you know? So all of that took place, and, you know, these feelings just started to arise, like, out of nowhere, left field, like, rawr, like, you know, white people. These are
really
just,
was.
yeah,
it was.
It just was. And what happened? Then you just was feeling some type of way.
Yeah, about the noise, and then, you know, the running up and down the hallway and things like that. So, and the noise was coming from the neighbor, which happens to be white. So,
and it's all love, guys. Like, this is one of our
real,
closest friends. Like,
yeah.
we've already, like, we're gonna tell you guys the story. So
so I took that whole, like, I was going through this whole, like, mood change, like, I'm like, oh, that's disrespectful, like, being you know, it was just,
you're an angry black woman,
right? I turned into an angry black woman.
Yeah,
I was so upset.
Like, real emotion.
Yeah, and I was really, like, making excuses on, like, why, and I'm like, that's not why, because that's not it.
Right.
And then come to find out, it's like, oh, it has a lot to do with black and white.
And we dug deeper, you know. We didn't just stop there. Because I'm like, well, what's the root of this? Like, it comes nature. I can't even speak. It comes natural. There you go. Yeah, it comes natural now. Like, we just kind of just ask questions, and the answers literally come out. So I started asking, where is this stemming from? Because I'm not feeling like this. Like, I'm not triggered right now, and we are in the same space. It's happening to me too, you know, like, what's going on? And so we were able to gain clarity and insight. And sure enough, it stems, you know, everything is a trigger right now. The collective, what they're feeling, you know, in this month and what it represents. Although greatness, yes, it's like, okay, let's honor the amazing people of color who have literally been the change, you know, this world sees and experiences, right?
For sure.
But like, it's still a replay of the trauma of our ancestors.
Celebrating the trauma.
You know, and it's very subtle. But for those who understand what we're talking about, and this is resonating with, you understand exactly what we are saying. So it's just like a double-edged sword, you know, and just being able to like, actually feel what our ancestors felt on this day, you know. God knows what was going on, you know, or what was being done.
Right.
But to be able to be connected, because that's what happens when you're connected to yourself and you're connected to source. You're also connected to your ancestors and spirit guides. You're also connected. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like, I'm not surprised that we're feeling it. It just came left field. Like, whoa, was not expecting this. Was not expecting this. And it's like, damn, whoever, this is for all of us. This is like, this experience happening again with this shits. We're literally about to alchemize it, transmute it, and be done with it. Not for just us, but our ancestors, whoever this is coming through us for, you know. And we were literally granted the opportunity to do exactly what we said we was gonna do, you know. our good friend who played a catalyst in this unknowingly.
Right.
You know, he was the catalyst for change. You know, an amazing Caucasian person, white person, right? So he already knew beforehand that he was going to be a trigger, as he said, because he told this to Jade a couple of days ago, randomly, right? And so sure enough, it was him who was the trigger for this movement that took place, which was so liberating for me as a Black woman to experience. You know, so long story short is, you know, we did experience a very subtle, graceful, okay, the resonance of racial injustice. You know, when it comes down to noise and respect and what's the word I'm looking for? Professionalism, right? So experiencing that very subtly, but then having the courage and the strength to catch it right by the neck, okay, and alchemize it at the door. Like, confront where it's stemming from, bring awareness, bring knowledge, bring expression, okay, and most importantly, love, right? So we had the opportunity to experience this cycle, and it came in many different forms. It was wild. Like, this experience lasted like 2 days, 2 to 3 days. Different things happening, showing us what we were feeling, because life shows you what you believe to be true. So if you have something inside that you're dealing with, right, that you believe in, that you're actually creating dialogue around in your head, in the back of your head, it's going to be shown to you on the outside. Right. So we were being shown what we were feeling on the inside. We were having instances of little, you know, racial injustice-y type of things.
Just weird.
Like very small, human shit.
Yeah.
Human stuff. Superficial. Nothing to even get your panties in a bunch.
Right.
You know? But this experience for us was very healing. It was very transcending.
Yeah.
Okay?
For sure.
Like, for the first time in my life, and in yours too, I think, we stood up and voiced, you know, what was done and what is no longer tolerated. Like, a boundary was put in place. And it felt so good to acknowledge self and all of our greatness and all of our greatness and all of our godliness, you know, whatever have you, and all of it, right? To express that to somebody else and be like, you know, this is what it is, you know, and this is how it's going to go moving forward, you know, and just really giving insight as to what happened, what took place, how I feel about it, right? And how I am going to move forward with it. And that was a beautiful thing. That was so liberating. It felt so good, standing up for us. And when I say us, I mean like Black women. You know, all of us, the collective, all the queens out there. You know, every single last one. It felt amazing. And he was asking us questions that were so great. You know, he was really, because he's a great person. He's a catalyst for change. You know, he was asking me a question. You know, how do you tell the difference between someone who is just, you know, being a straight up, you know, asshole versus someone who is, you know, being racist? So I was like, that's a great question. I said, my internal guidance, my intuition, how I feel, how they make me feel, will tell me exactly what type of time they're on. Period.
And I had learned through experience.
Period. We have tangible experiences. I've been in experiences where it had nothing to do with racism. It had everything to do with them being an asshole. I know what that feel like. And I've had other experiences with racial injustice. And I know what that feels like. So it was just like, my intuition will let me know. I will be able to feel, first and foremost, what type of time they're on before any words are exchanged. Period. You know? But it was just such a beautiful transition for us both. It was such like a transcending experience for real, because we did something that we never done, and the outcome of it was beautiful. The outcome of it was peace. The outcome was, you know, apologies. The outcome was love.
It really was.
You know, understanding, understanding, learning. We sat and had a discussion for literally like an hour and a half on where we're coming from, what we felt, what this looks like. And because he is a catalyst for change, he wants to become aware of the actions that has been taken subconsciously for years, unknowing what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? So that he can fix it,
right,
and be a part of the change.
Actually. That was beautiful.
Yeah. So it happened for everybody, and I feel like, oh no, we missed one big part. So all of this really happened, y'all, and the outcome of it for us was setting boundaries in place for our business.
Yeah.
Because we realized at this very moment that we had not set any boundaries in this department. And it is necessary that we do, because SMBW is its own entity. We work for SMBW, even though we're the owners, right? So we have to respect the company. We have to respect the guidelines. We have to put boundaries in place because we are of service. We service a multitude of people on a daily basis, you know, and what we're bringing to the table is tangible awareness, knowledge, resources, you know, accessibility on how you can make your life a priority and how you can have a sound mind and a body, right, to be connected. Because when you're connected to yourself and to source, that's where your abundance lies. That's where everything lies. Everything is there. So because of what we represent and who we are, we need boundaries. Thanks. And one of those boundaries that was put in place was surrounding professionalism. When it's hours of operation, there's no kikiing, there's no hee-hee-ha-haing. You know what I'm saying? We can't do that anymore. Right. Because you're not aware of the times where you're still, you know, doing X, Y, and Z when A, B, C is going on. Right. You know? So it was just all about awareness and just understanding and love. And it was such a beautiful experience. Like, it was so beautiful.
I think it was too. I'm just replaying it right now. That's why I'm just like, wow, yeah, because it was. You know, it felt good to speak up in a way that was from a place of love. Let's just put it that way.
And still with a stern tone.
Absolutely.
Why? Because we can. Like, I'm tired of, like, not saying what really needs to be said.
Oh, man.
At the end of the day. You know? Like, I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of, like, having to keep quiet and having to hide behind. And all of that is, that paradigm is played out. Like, it's done for me. Peace. I'm out. It's done. You know? Like, I told our friend, you know, I cannot assume you are talking to me if I am not greeted by name. Right. And with respect. Like, I can't assume a hey or, you know, a what's up or a whistle or anything. I can't assume, and I won't assume that you're talking to me, and I won't respond. You know, that's a boundary. And so, again, this experience was beautiful because we have boundaries in place, and it feels so good. I feel so much more secured in myself, you know, and everything else that I have around. Right. Yeah.
I'm just happy and relieved. I mean, it was, I can't even really, like, I'm drained. I'm physically drained from the energy.
Man.
I felt like I cried in many rivers for everybody. I mean, it was just really a roller coaster that I was not prepared to get on and ride.
Okay, because the ride was mad crazy.
The ride was mad crazy.
It was graceful though. It was graceful.
It truly was. It truly was. And but
yeah,
wow.
Wow is right. Hey to everybody that's hopping on, catching the replay. If any of this resonates with you, or if you've had this experience, like, let us know in the comments. We want to open up a discussion on what's going on and, like, how to get through it. You know what I'm saying? Like, how we got through it was by facing it, right? So whenever this energy or whatever energy that comes up that doesn't feel right and you don't want it, right? The best thing to do is just to allow it to come. Because the more you fight, the stronger it's going to become, okay?
And then the outcome is not going to be what you want it to be.
It's not. You're going to lose. Like, trust. You're going to lose. But when the energy comes up, allow the energy to come up and be, you know what I'm saying? Like, allow yourself to feel how you feel in the moment, but be aware, be aware of the fact that you're feeling some type of way. That's the first thing you want to do, right? And then the next thing you want to do is you want to acknowledge yourself in that awareness. Acknowledge the fact that you feel some type of way. You got to put pride to the side. You got to, acknowledge the fact that you feel some type of way and that you got an attitude. You may not know why you do, but acknowledge your hand in the situation, right? And then you want to observe yourself, observe yourself from every aspect, and what that may look like is, how are you moving? Like, are your actions, like, how are you being stimulated right now through the 5 senses? Are you moving like yourself? Right. You sharp around the edges, like, you pulling things, slamming the doors, little things. Shoulder shrug, whatever.
Like, dang.
Observe yourself. Observe the movement. We're laughing because this is real life for us. Yeah. Like, we really be having fits and, like, really be having to observe ourselves. Like, yo, you good? Like, no, I'm not good.
Not good at all. I don't know what this is and where it's coming from. I'm not
exactly
good.
And then after you observe yourself within this energy, right, then you want to make a choice for change. Okay, make a decision on how you're going to move forward, and how. Just ask yourself, how do I get through this? What is this? Ask yourself questions to bring clarity on this energy or whatever it is that you're feeling. And that's alchemy. Like, bang. You guys, we are so excited to be bringing back Bits of Tea because we're coming back with more of a Queen Coney perspective on a lot of things. Okay, let me put it like that. We're going to dive in deep into transcending consciousness, right? And I'm bringing a whole bunch of new concepts, new theories, new ideas, experiences, okay? All of this is tangible because it's only things that I've been through, real life experiences, okay? I'm bringing it to the forefront because at the end of the day, what I'm learning on this journey is that we really can, and do create the life that we want to live. However, the healing takes place on so many different levels, and the identity level of that healing is like the most crucial because your identity is who you resonate with on the inside. And this is a deep rooted subconscious resonance. So you're not even like really consciously aware of it, right? Whoever you are, like whoever you're subscribing to, in your identity, meaning the type of person that makes, this amount of money, working this amount of hours, that's an identity. Like, if you resonate with that identity, that's the identity that will be shown to you.
Yeah.
Right? I don't resonate with that type of identity. I never have, And so what your identity is resonating with is what will be created, right? So I'm bringing concepts and theories and discussions like those to the forefront with the 3rd season of Bits of Tea. And we are so excited. Yeah. And this time we're going to record live too. So we're not only going to be on the podcast, but we're actually going to record live because we want to interact with you guys. We want the discussion to be open. We want to be able to share your comments on the podcast and just engage with one another. It's so much fun. It feels so good to be able to talk with people who resonate with you or who understand or even can understand or even just want to, just see what's going on. It feels good. It's so much fun doing that. And so we're excited to be here in our heaven. Okay, we're probably going to make an episode on that. Like, damn, our heaven and hell.
Okay.
Right?
I don't even know why I yawned on that. It's just I'm exhausted.
Because she's exhausted.
Anyways.
Oh my gosh.
That right there. Look, we just stopped to...
Sorry.
Stopped to read the message.
A message came through.
But what the heck?
You lost your train of thought?
Always.
Yeah, it's all good.
The distraction, but...
Right. We like to go off on tangents. But however, we've gotten so much better with that. Because we've been practicing.
Yeah.
We have been practicing. And it's a wonderful thing to go off on a tangent and be like, damn, I forgot it, but then come right back to it. Shout out to Jim Quick because he is an amazing brain coach. Yes. He literally strengthened our minds. We are able to do things we've really never been able to do. And it's super dope and amazing that when you start to put inside your tool belt other tools, like you start to invest in yourself and other books, seminars, master classes, programs, coaches, whatever, and you start to implement the shit that they teach, the outcomes be crazy. Like, yo, I can't believe that this is happening for me. But of course it is, because you're inside of their container. Like, that's what happens when you invest in other people that are doing the same thing that you want to do. Like, you get the cheat codes.
That's exactly what it is.
It's so dope. It's so dope. Like, because we're pulling each other up. You know, it's like, damn, if I see a queen up that ladder, you know, and I'm not too far behind her because I can see her, she can see me. Like, you know, I can hear her, she can hear me. And she's doing, you know, something similar that I want to do, or she has or is experiencing things that I want to experience. Why not invest into her container? Because I know that when I invest into her container, whenever she evolves, I evolve. And nothing has to be done on my part because I'm inside the container. I invested in myself. You know what I'm saying? I resonate with her. So, yo, shit like that is dope. Ah, so dope.
It is. It truly is.
I got so excited just now. Like, I was revving up and shit. Like,
we were actually coming to like a small close, and it was just like boom.
Boom.
She came up with it again,
I know.
like,
Okay.
Back around, spin around.
we're closing out now.
Oh. Pop, 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 pop. She just took it away anyway, because again, exhausted mind.
Babe, it's okay. You took one for all of us today. You took an L, aka you learned a lesson. You took a lesson for us today. It's never a loss, y'all. It's always a lesson, never a loss.
Yeah. I really
So, on that note, we are going to peace out of here. Thank you guys for hopping on with us. We will be on here more often. We promise. And stay tuned for the deets on when Beats of Tea will be back. Peace.
Peace.